Chapter 1, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome back to part 4 of What If Zuko Had Traptrix as a girlfriend. I keep saying Traptrix, but it's really that girl, the one, yeah. So, where we left off, the Zuko meets the Doomsday version of himself, and Zuko was not very happy of what happened because when only Doomsday could see Zuko but not his friends. So his friends are standing around him, but Zuko can see his friends and Zuko at the same time. So Doomsday Zuko explains his whole backstory of why he became this monster that terrorizes the town, and all because of a quirk doctor did that stuff to his body, as he says that Zuko is surprised about this. He doesn't even understand the as because his so Zuko tells Doomsday that they because he tells him that don't worry, my mother is still alive, so you always are welcome to come and visit. And the topic of Zuko or of Ingho came up, and Doomsday Zuko starts crying, like, because he hasn't seen her in years. As yeah, Zuko, who always ends up telling him that whole on his planet or in his universe he has a girlfriend that and compared or to most of the things, you weren't that bad, Doomsday Zuko. The and I love the traptrix, but you who went through that same trauma where I was, as so remember, you're always welcome to come to my universe, as long as you don't kill anybody in that universe, okay? Promise? Promise. But I want to see your mother. Because every time I see your mother, it will remind me of mine. As a portal opens up, as he looks at us, guess I'll be leaving. And so, but you're always welcome. So, but yeah, so then he leaves, as Doomsday Zuko's happy, as he ends up, yeah. So then, the next world, he went to planet to planet to planet. The next world after Doomsday Zuko's world was the gigantic or Great Leviathan and Zuko. You know that world is the one that this guy right here. So, yeah. And this YouTuber, the one that made this what if one, and it's pretty cool. Like, I give him credit on that. So, Zuko, went into that world. He meets Gigantor Leviathan Zuko. Yeah. The one that you see before you, though, I'm trying to zoom in. This guy right here, as he walks around, and he sees, like, some green-haired kid. Yeah. So, they ended up walking around. But then Zuko ends up, or not stumbling into him, but ends up going, like, completely weirdest way. Like, Zuko had the power to basically, if he was curious what this kid is, as he looks around or something, as he could sense something coming from Zuko that he never sensed before. As Momo says, or his wife, Momo, in this alternate timeline, says, "What's wrong, sweetie?" Well, I'm gonna ask that guy, who he is. Because I feel like I know him from somewhere. Okay. Make sure you come back. Okay? And, yeah. So he walks up to Zuko. As he asks, "Who are you?" "Oh, me? I'm Zuko Midoriya." "No. How about you?" As he's like, "My name is also Zuko. Nice to meet you." Me with green hair seems unnatural for her. As they both, did a blood testing. as he says, huh. Okay. As they both are matching, as Momo didn't realize, as he says, so, who's this girl? Oh, her? She's Momo Irozu, but she's also my wife. Huh. As he starts laughing in his own head, because as he tells his backstory, or Zuko from the what if thing, this one tells Zuko from that what if Deku was a gargantuan Leviathan. Well, they said, huh, what's in your world? Old. Well, we have these creatures called traptrix. Their name says it all. They trap people or anything by tricking them into having anime girl appearance. But I'm actually dating one at the moment thing. Huh. I wish you luck on that. What is she like? Well, to put it as the terms, he is basically a spider. A giant-sized spider. Later, that is a anime girl. As, yeah. Of course, they banned the law of the traptrix because of Zuko. But they made a new rule that if someone has the overpowered abilities, like a villain, they have to get put in jail or sentenced to death. That's new one. So, as a portal opens up, as Zuko says, guess I'll be leaving. Even. So, and Zuko says this. Or that this boy right here says, have a safe travels. And does. So, yeah, we'll probably meet again. But you and you're always welcome, like all of you. And so then, yeah. So Zuko goes back to his world as he feels much better. And he was... So, she did not need to hide her appearance. So, she wanted to show him. So he got released out of, like, handcuffs thing. And when she showed him the her true self, she looked away because she might think that she might or he might dump her, but instead he climbed onto her and kissed her right on the lips. And she didn't. And yeah, he tells her that he doesn't need to dump her for any reason. It's because of my whole shenanigans thing. So yeah. So basically, both of them. It was way before the overhaul fight. So yeah. So she took him to her cave. And yeah, basically her, like, relatives things, like her brother and her sisters, were like, "Oh, look, you brought home a meal." And she says, "No, this is actually my boyfriend." And and as they both, or all of the traptrix, are like, "Wait, he's your boyfriend?" He does look pretty good, as some of the girls owns. Like, if I showed it, I don't want to be demonetized. Yes. If there's no, like, inappropriate ones. So, all of them, um, like, all of those girls, their father and their mother wanted to keep their, like, traptrix hidden from the rest of the world because, one reason is because if they found out instantly, they would be killed. So they didn't want like their kids to get killed. But when they all had that, when they saw him, how cute he is, they all start trying to, like, argue over each other's of who they, as she says, he's mine, actually. As she latches onto his, like, arm, as they're like, "Man, you really do love him that much, huh?" Well, yeah. So, yeah, they had to get together, and then that happened. So, some of the girls when she's not looking, some of the girls sneaks up and snatches him. But instead of eating him, he gets molested. Yeah. By basically almost every girl. Like, all the rest of them, like, the all four of them, does that to poor Zuko. But he still lives. And then of course, when she found out that sisters and her sisters made him uncomfortable by, yeah. So she literally, like, really? Yeah. So she gets married to him. Because now they're at 19 years old. Time skip. So it was after battle, like, overhaul thing. the Yeah, it was. So first, before, when she had the get together with her family, and straight off the bat, they wanted to eat her, like, boyfriend. But then when she said that, yeah, 18 plus thing. So then after the overhaul thing, of course, during that was she transformed into the giant spider with a as because Zuko's about to get crushed by overhaul, as um or she walks in, or she, like, runs in, hits overhaul, sends him flying backwards, and her other sisters, some of them joined the fight. The others just, like, grabs Zuko out of line of fire. And yeah. And they were all, or after the overhaul thing, they all were, except for her, but her sisters were pregnant. Like, pregnant. Or, no. Pregnant. Like, they have a full belly, basically. I'm trying to say the word pregnated, and but if you hear any other words, like the N word or any other word, is, I was trying to pronounce the that, like, full tummy thing. So basically, they has like Zuku's kids inside their bodies. Yeah. So then after the overhaul fight, she gets married to him. And yeah. Basically, couple weeks have passed after that. She gets, or she has her own kids. Every single, like, her sisters have their own kids with Zuku. So, yeah. They all had, or they didn't just have one or two, they had 10 million kids. That would be like 10 million times 4 equals like 4 her 10 tons, or no, 10, no, 40 million kids. That's separated by tens. So, like, she gets 10 and 20, 30, 40 of those. Yeah. And then she has over 8 million. Or no, 8? Is it AD? 80 millions. So that's added to 4 million. Or 40 million. Yeah, that makes it 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 or 1,020 million. I'm saying it 120 millions. Yeah. Kids. So basically, yeah. Those they all had, and like, yeah, I'm surprised that all those things happened all at once. And so, yeah, he didn't realize that he caused it, or no one actually. Yeah. So then the portal opens up, and what came through was 2 people with, or actually, let's say, yeah, let's just say a lot of people went through that portal. But most important people are Doomsday Zuko, the Gigantic Leviathan Zuko, Momo from that series, and the and their kids. Yeah, when they said, "Wow, you have a nice place," and they said, "Thank you," and then all that stuff. And Inko was at home, like, as Zuko calls as they so the pro heroes, like, of course, Ochako and Bakugo, all of that stuff. Well, the Zuko knows them, and as Doomsday Zuko's like, long time no see. Huh. Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it? As his father's like, do you know this man? Yeah, he's the alternate version of myself. Meet Doomsday Zuko. Doomsday Zuko, meet your father. Or meet our father. As he shakes his hand. Yeah. So basically that's what happens. And the as everybody's like, okay, who's who? Please introduce us. As everybody's like, please introduce us to them. Well, simply, the white-haired kid, the one with a little ear things and the coat, is the Gigantic Leviathan. Mm. The and his wife Momo. Oh, oh, no, with their kids. As All Might, he says, "Nice to see you back again." By the way, All Might or Zuko or Doomsday Zuko. We were there, with Zuko, but you haven't noticed us. Ah, All Might. I made a promise to Zuko that I didn't want to kill any of you. But I know that. So where's Inko around? As a, Sashi's like, you know my wife? As Zuko from this what if grabs his father's arm and wants to explain it. So his father, when Zuko tells him all about his backstory on Doomsday Zuko, Sashi's like, "Oh, I see. Thanks for telling me, Zuko." As the let's say Inko was around, but when he heard about, or of course, when she sets up a dinner table and she invited those guests over, as Doomsday Zuko literally had to crouch down to fit through the door, and as he saw his mother other, like, saw Inko, he starts to tear up. As Inko's like, what's wrong? With him? Well, as Zumi, or no, not Zumi, Zuko tells her everything about how he's a alternate version of myself, or of him, that in that alternate universe, he lost you, huh? Because the court doctor shot you in the head and all that stuff. Yeah. So then he, or so when it was a quark doctor that said that, or told, or that did that to you in that alternate universe. Huh? As she walks over to Doomsday, as she hugs him, as Doomsday Zuko, instead of anger, it's sadness. Like, he can't believe that his own the alternate versions' mother, her, still alive. As he can tell that if he wants to kill the Quark Doctor again, it's so she ends up telling him that, or that I know that I'm this world's mother, but they just have some read a book with your alternate self. I kind of felt bad for you after losing like me, and hearing all that story about you lost all humanity. What happened? And well, the Quark Doctor said I was quirkless, as Doomsday Zuko says that. But then he found something in my genes, like my DNA, that piques that Quark Doctor's interest. Then that happened. As yeah. So then and I'm actually thinking, as the Gigantor Leviathan one is reading like high quality books. So, and his wife Momo from that alternate timeline was visiting as a teen, and like with her, and like, yeah, all that stuff. Like, he even talked to Momo, who herself in that alternate universe, as they could not believe that there's those people are super nice. As Bakugo was like, man, that is just seems weird. Yeah, it is. But weird enough that four of the, of course, actually the wives, or no, actually one mother, her of those 5 children, told Zuko that yes, both or yes, you have to get married to all 5 of my daughters. As Zuko says, okay, sure, sure, and yeah, they all like got married to him. So he's instead of having one wife, he has 5 wives. So yeah, then the kids, just like their parents, if they were younger. Some of them do, but some look like they have combined forms of it. And yeah, it was craziness. Like each one of those were like kids were all over their father or trying yeah, and all that stuff. So bye bye. Catch you guys and girls later. It's crazy, so I'm just leaving it up to your imagination. So bye.